Cool. So we're here on Genesis 33, and this is such a pleasant chapter to read. It really is. It made me happy reading it because you see two brothers that have been apart for 2 decades, really. I mean, there's so much bad blood between them, Esau and Jacob, and yet the way that they meet and just how Esau, the way he greets him, he runs towards him, and he falls on his neck and just starts kissing him, and they start laughing together and crying together. It's like it's wonderful. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful reunion to really read about. And up until this point, Jacob, he was terrified. He was terrified of how he'd be received by his brother. But the truth is, he prayed about it. He prayed about it, and he asked the Lord for help, and God provided. Jacob wanted to make things right. He was obedient to the Lord in leaving and going back to his home, despite knowing that he was going to have to encounter his brother again. And you know, the conclusion here, at least what we see, from initially here is the just the peaceful reconciliation that occurs here between the two. I haven't read on, so we'll see what comes next, but I just think that this is such a beautiful chapter to read that shows us that forgiveness is possible, that peace is possible, especially between two individuals, close family members that have such bad blood. I hear a lot of stories of people not talking to family members for a long time, having this bad blood between family, not speaking for 10, 15, 20, 25 years, even longer. And somebody picks up the phone and calls the other person, and they're just so happy to hear their voice. They're just so happy to hear their voice, and everything that it really puts it into perspective how our fights and the bad blood and the conflict between us, especially between families sometimes, how trivial it is, how trivial it really is, and how much we truly do love each other, how much that, just being family means. And, I would challenge you today to think of a situation in your life where there's somebody who you've been distant from. Maybe it's a friend, maybe it's somebody who is a family member, and you've just been distant from them for a really, really long time. It could be a year, it could be 5 years, 10 years, longer. I mean, think about that and pray about that and ask God about what you should do. Ask God about what you should do in that situation. Should I call them? Should I reach out to them? Send them a letter? Send them an email? Add them on Facebook? Whatever it is. I mean, I've had a lot of situations in my life where it just took time. Time heals. God heals through that. He heals through time. And God heals through prayer too, as well, because we see here that this wasn't done without prayer. Jacob earnestly sought the Lord for this. He earnestly sought the Lord for this. He went through very meticulous steps to ensure that his brother would receive him. And sure enough, that's what we see happen here. So it's just a joyous chapter to read. And, we'll see what happens from here. But, I'm just very encouraged by what God can do, and how God can restore things that were once broken. So hope you have a wonderful and blessed day, and I'll talk to you soon.